Alright, fine, you caught me red-handed, there's no use in trying to hide it and keep it a secret. Nothing gets by you guys. Yes, I did just get back from playing Thursday night pickup basketball with the boys. And yes, I did perform like Allen Iverson in his prime, but we don't need to just hyperfixate on that. I mean, you guys are just really just focused on it way too heavily. Or maybe you're just so distracted by this beautiful retro moist jersey that I'm wearing. Is a little sneak peek, a little teaser for an upcoming basketball wear line we're doing. But please, you're a real chatty Cathy. Can you stop talking about basketball for 2 seconds? Yes, I play like Luka if he got hit with a shrinking beam, right? I get it, you know, little Luka out there. But just because I'm incredible at basketball doesn't mean that that's what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is a very interesting gym dispute that I've never quite seen before. I've seen a lot of gym freakouts and really goofy things that happen there, especially in the modern age where every single person's workout appears to be filmed now for TikTok. So when you go into a gym, I imagine it's like going on to a movie set right now, but they're doing like 15 different indie films at every single corner of the gym. I haven't been to a public gym in a while. We built one at the warehouse a couple years ago, and that was such a fucking blessing. That was crucial, because I couldn't stand to be in a gym that is just nothing but cameras recording every single nook and cranny of the establishment. It'd be miserable. And today, there was someone recording their back workout, and it led to an argument because he was doing it shirtless. Now listen here, sports fans, I'm gonna give you the brass tacks. You don't get pythons like these puppies unless you're praying at the Iron Temple actively. And for me, I've spent about 10 years in gyms. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and just get ahead of this here before some of you in the comments attack me like mosquitoes swarming a Hershey's bar that was left out in the rain. I know a lot of people say that my physique isn't representative of what 10 years in the gym should look like. To that I say, bah humbug. I've gone through the jacked, yoked stage, and at 5'6", I just didn't like how I looked. I looked like a goofy little meatball. So now I just keep myself looking this way on purpose, going for more of a shredded, lean, muscular physique. Don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but figured might as well. Point is, in all of my years in the gym, it has always been proper etiquette to wear a shirt during your workout, except for a couple of exceptions where it is acceptable to not do that. There's a few locations in my local area where there's plenty of people working out shirtless, and there's no problem with that. But when you're going to just like a normal public gym where it's just, you know, a wide range of clientele that isn't necessarily like power lifters or anything like that, just casual lifting, it's usually encouraged that you keep your shirt on. So I'm imagining that's what this place was, a place where you're supposed to keep your shirt on. So I can understand maybe one person being like, that's kind of douchey. But this guy gets so fucking upset at seeing a shirtless man that he starts recording it, and then it devolves into a heated argument that I half expected to go Looney Tunes and have like grand pianos falling on each other's heads.
Alan, this shirt's really I'm recording my back here, man.
He is more mad about seeing this guy shirtless than he would be if he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him. He is fuming. Like, the response to just less than proper gym etiquette is overblown here from this individual. Okay, so the protagonist here isn't supposed to be shirtless. Got it. If you have a huge problem with it, why not just go say something like, hey, would you mind putting your shirt back on? You're scaring me. I don't like to see a man chest. Just put a shirt on, please. Like, just go talk it out. Instead, he, like, just goes right up in front of him and starts filming, which is I am so tired of that being the trend when anything is going on that's a little out of the ordinary. Everyone's first instinct now is just to start recording that shit. I mean, I guess I sometimes do like that because it leads to really silly videos, but, man, it is just out of control. It has completely replaced normal human instincts and common sense on how you'd respond to something you don't like, where you'd usually just ignore it or maybe just roll your eyes and walk away. Now you put yourself in the position you don't like for as long as possible so you can keep recording and continuously just escalate your own inner anger. It's a baffling concept to me. But that's exactly what happens here. He just stands there, he records. Eventually, the guy who's being recorded is now like, hey, why are you doing that? And then he's like, it's weird because you're not wearing a shirt. And then he just starts dropping slurs. Like, he is so upset, he is throwing around slurs at this stranger here.
So I don't even know this dude, and I am confused as hell of what's going on, because I don't understand why he's cursing me out and stuff. So, but he continues to stare at me and flip me off and mouth things to me. So I just had to say something.
Man, this NPC here just hit a water bottle slam in response to this, and then started rolling up on the guy like it was something out of a horror video game. He's just marching his way up there to give him a piece of his mind, which, again, probably should have been the first thing he did instead of start escalating this shit by recording it and then calling him slurs. You could have just walked up and said, hey, do you mind putting your shirt back on? You know, finish your set, put your shirt back on, it's not that big of a deal. But instead, he's gone through all this hoopla and made the situation far bigger than it ever should have been. I don't know why he's this upset about a guy not wearing a shirt. It is a crazy response to that.
I don't know, you're talking, buddy. What are you talking about? Talking across the fucking gym, what do you think? What are you talking about? I don't know, what are you talking about? Fuck you. Yeah, I'll fuck you up, pussy. Yeah. Fuck you.
What an interesting exchange there. That was some shit straight out of Skyrim. He just comes up with the wackiest dialogue tree after slamming his water bottle. Fuck! Ah, shirtless man, damn you! And then marches over, and then he's just like, what are you talking about? He's trying his best to make it seem like he's not the weird one here, saying that the other guy was talking to him from across the gym, but meanwhile, he was the one that was recording him, and then calling him slurs. It doesn't add up. And he's doing it all with this really confused smile on his face. Like, it's just such a odd set of circumstances. A lot of the comments on this video compared the looks of this man to Eli Manning, and I can't unsee it. This actually does look like Eli Manning in an alternate universe. Anyway, dude comes up and makes threats saying that he'll fuck him up over not wearing a shirt is a crazy thing to try and fight about. But he's doing all of this with like a really big smile on his face, like he is grinning ear to ear. I can't tell if he wanted to fight or fuck this guy. I'm really not sure what his plan was or what he was wanting to happen. If I was to be an armchair psychologist, to me this seems like the sight of the shirtless man made him have thoughts that he wasn't happy about, so then he had this crazy big response because he felt bad about maybe being attracted to it. I really don't know. I can't think of a rational, reasonable explanation for why somebody would get this mad at something so small. Yes, if this is a gym that doesn't allow shirts to be off, it is improper etiquette to have your shirt off, but it's super easily solvable without this kind of hostility by just asking them to put their shirt back on, or even telling just gym staff, be like, hey, that guy's got his shirt off, you might want to talk to him about it, if you don't want to be the one to do it. Like, it's just so easy without it being a big song and dance. I just had to share this because this really was a head scratcher of a video for me, getting this mad about something so insignificant. That's really about it. So yeah. Airplane freakouts are always extreme. They are just downright diabolical. There's something about air travel that can just bring the demon out of some people. And there's even a term for it called airplane psychosis, where sometimes someone will just have an acute psychic. They just start reading people's mind like Charles Xavier when they get on a plane. They will have an acute psychotic break where like the stress or anxiety of flying will have them just kind of have this switch flipped where they just kind of go berserk.
Stay there.
Don't touch her.
No.
Don't touch her.
No, this is where her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her. Shut the fuck up.
Be
Don't fucking touch me.
Miss, step back.
Let go.
There's a lot to unpack here. Obviously, we're tuning in a bit late into the season premiere. They apparently were arguing because this lady was like insulting her, and then it eventually had her like leaning over, and then she said this is where her asshole is, which is, I mean, that's playing a game of where's Waldo with the old brown balloon knot. Who doesn't love that old pastime? A little weird to be doing that to a stranger on a plane, though. It seemed like she was trying to film something with her phone when she said that, and then the lady that she was insulting like hit her phone away, which then led to her grabbing her hair and just yanking on it.
No. Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go, miss. Let go of her hair. Shoot him over. I'm not. Andrea. I'm not even touching your hair, bitch. Andrea, we need the police right now.
You need to let go right now.
We need those 911.
So I'm a little torn on if this is actual airplane psychosis or if she's on something here, because she's not even in the same dimension. She's now saying she's not even touching her hair, even though she has a fistful of those fucking follicles right now. She is yanking on that hair like she's trying to climb rope with it like Rapunzel, yet she's saying she's not. Maybe she is lucid and just, I don't know, just spitting a bunch of barnacles out there. But as this progresses, you're going to see that she is just in wacko mode right now, going full-blown, uncaged, unhinged, insano style.
You need to let go.
911, bro.
You need to let go right now.
Miss, let go of her hair right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to sit next to a fucking fat lady. Let go of her hair.
You need to let go of her hair right now. Let go of her hair.
You guys are already past the point of no return. You're already past the point of no return. Let go of her hair, miss. Y'all see me. You know what's going on.
Now, it's hard to figure out exactly what started all of this. You kind of have to piece together the little breadcrumbs of lore like it's the Dark Souls narrative. But we have alternate angles here to try and piece together the mystery of what started all of this. And judging from this other angle, it seems like nothing started this. She is actually off her gourd. And the lady that she just keeps calling fat over and over again didn't do anything at all to provoke this. She just happened to be nearby in this woman's aggro range and was the recipient of her wrath.
This is worth $250 to you? Look at this. Look at this. $250? I'm sorry. There's like, I'm like not touching this girl's ass. I'm sorry, I don't care. Are you okay?
We need to get the police down here right away. She just struck oxygen.
So the no flight list is about to add another person. That's crazy. Oh my God.
Maybe you can see this. Fuck it.
This was the prologue here before she grabbed the woman's hair. She's just yapping about $250 about something. It's incomprehensible gobbledygook. But anyway, let's go back to people trying to like restrain her and stop her from yanking on this woman's hair.
This is retarded. Yeah, put me on the ground. Put me on the ground. Alright. Look at this fat lady. Look at this fat ass bitch. She can't even, look, you can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat ass bitch. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
Who is Alana?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude who's never gonna lay it again.
She actually looks possessed. She looks like the horror movie poster to a film about an exorcism. She looks like she's trying to do an Amy Lee cosplay from Evanescence, but she got too hard into Fent on the way. She is leaning over, insulting these two people who have done nothing wrong from what I can tell from the two videos here that showcase this event and everything kind of leading up to it. She's just over here insulting them while getting restrained, and spoiler alert, she's about to make it physical. She doesn't just stop at just insulting them and all that. She then starts like actually attacking the woman.
Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black, so shut the fuck up. My boyfriend's fucking a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a fucking black guy.
I really thought she was about to put on a Burger King crown. I thought the old Burger King plain guy was about to find his Burger Queen here.
You're joking.
Oh my God.
We're not doing all that. We're not doing Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I am in awe at the restraint of that woman who's getting spit on to not, like, pop that lady in the nose. Not to just lay down the meanest fucking haymaker on that woman. That's assault. It is textbook assault. She is hawking loogies on this woman, spitting like an alpaca here. I cannot believe that she had the restraint to not hit her. I really don't know how she was able to do that. She must be some kind of saint or something, like the Zen master, able to like fight that urge to just blast her in the fucking face. That was an actual Vinland Saga Season 2 moment. I have no enemies. I actually cannot believe it. And it only gets worse, though. Like, she doesn't stop at just spitting. As I said, she gets, like, really physical.
Ugly ass bitch, you're so fucking ugly.
You guys, I need
You never got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's dick is like 2 inches big. That's embarrassing. I'm so sorry about your boyfriend. That's horrible. That's horrible. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
So she blue screens there for a moment, claiming she can't breathe and, like, pretends to faint so that way she can get to the ground, which frees her from everyone's grasp. But don't be fooled, it's all just a ruse. What she's doing is she's entering low power mode so she can charge her ult more effectively. You're about to see it unleashed.
Okay. Let me go, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up, I can't breathe. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Nobody's fucking touching me, fuck you. You're not letting me go, motherfucker. You're corny as fuck. Nobody's letting me go.
I can get out.
Yeah, you shouldn't get out. You're fucking fat as shit. You're disgusting fat as shit.
She wormed her way up a little bit so she could get a better angle to start kicking that woman that she's been insulting this whole time. And she throws like a flurry of kicks. She like unleashes some like capoeira maneuvers from down there. Also, I just have to mention, whoever is filming this, what an extraordinary job. They followed the action from start to finish and kept the villain in the center of it the entire time. There was like not a single moment that they didn't have like the perfect angle to capture this, and there was no shaky cam. I don't know if they were using a gimbal, like they had a fucking Ronin with them to film this, but it was unbelievable work. It was so smooth. You don't see movies with camera work this smooth sometimes. So really impressive job from whoever filmed this.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fat ass pig! Fuck you! You're so beautiful! You're stunning! Shut the fuck up! Can anybody do something, please? Get the fuck up!
Hold on, grab her leg.
No!
I need to
Yeah, okay, they need to call
Life. I can miss life this way.
Okay, I'm sorry. My boyfriend is black. You need to shut the fuck up. No, you're like
down right now?
no, my boyfriend's black. You need to shut the fuck up and respect him.
The woman who was getting kicked finally finds a way of getting out of there and like escaping, like evacuating this area with the fucking menace on the loose here. And I don't know what happened at the end there, but she just keeps repeating that her boyfriend is black, and then it sounds like she's starting to cry. And then immediately she snaps back into fucking demon time after repeating that for like the 4th time, and then starts just kicking and screaming again.
My boyfriend is black.
Alright, I can do that.
No, you need to fucking chill the fuck out. Fuck you! Fuck you! Leave me the fuck alone!
The way she snaps back and forth from like being on the verge of tears to then going right back into kicking everyone and screaming, it feels like a psychotic episode here. I think it's probably airplane psychosis, maybe coupled with like alcohol, like maybe she's fucking sloshed, I don't know, but this seems like a case of airplane psychosis, which is a very real thing and a very confusing phenomenon. Now, the video ends shortly after here with her still doing that while handcuffed on the floor, but alternate angle, someone captured footage of how they got her off the plane, and it's like something out of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, wow.
They got her strapped down to the bed and escorted by like 6 officers there going through the airport. Fucking brutal, man. Like this freakout was unreal. Probably earned her a spot on the no-fly list, I would imagine. I don't think Southwest is going to be all that excited to have her fly on their aircrafts going forward. But, wow. I would comfortably say this is one of the craziest airplane freakouts I've ever seen, at least in the top 3 I would imagine. I feel really bad for that lady and I believe her boyfriend. She kept saying it was her boyfriend, but I have no idea if that's true or not. It could have just been two people sitting there. I feel really bad for both of them to be on the receiving end of so much vitriol for absolutely fucking nothing from someone just going nuts. Anyway, wishing them well. That's really about it. So yeah. I'm not a big ride on planes kind of guy, but I have become a big watch people freak out on planes kind of guy. Bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. And in some cases, it's called plane psychosis. I only just recently learned that term. That's new nomenclature to me, but I'm going to pretend to be the preeminent authority on it for a moment. Apparently, sometimes the act of just being aboard a flight can trigger acute psychotic breaks in people, which is why you've seen some of those videos pop up where a passenger just randomly goes ballistic or even tries to do something unhinged, like that one guy who tried opening the door mid-flight, like trying to force his way out like it was a Mission Impossible movie or something. That has a name, and it's plane psychosis, but the video I want to show you today is the angriest passenger I've ever seen that I also don't believe is suffering from plane psychosis. He's just an asshole.
He's got fucking ass! He's got ass! Who you keep fucking staring at, you little fucking knobhead? Who you saying touch to? Do you want me to fucking smack your fucking head? You fucking little knobhead!
You just watched a grown-ass man do a double foot stomp. Twice. With the two-piece true combo of throwing his arms to his side. That is a move used by toddlers during a temper tantrum when you tell them they can't have any more chocolate chip cookies and it's bedtime. So they freak out and go, "No, it's not fair!" He actually just hit that shit in front of God and everyone that wanted to get aboard this plane, with no shame. He then has the gall to get mad at one of the other passengers who just happens to be watching this. Like, what are they supposed to do? Turn around and just look at the wall like it's Blair Witch? Of course they're going to be watching this man-child freak out. Like, there's nowhere else for them to be looking, yet he's getting mad at someone for staring. This isn't like your quintessential tough guy. This guy is built like your bald PE teacher from middle school, and acting like an actual middle schooler as well. And now he's trying to get all up in the face of just some other person that wants to get aboard this flight that is being prevented because of this guy's meltdown. It's crazy. He gets up in his face, he starts like pushing on him and shit. He calls him a knob end, I think. Either that or a knobbit. Maybe was the word he was going for, like a knob plus hobbit. I don't really know. It's hard to really understand him through all of his fucking frothing at the mouth here.
That's right. Just stay here for a few minutes, sir. A few minutes?
I'll fucking pay for it. Okay. And you're standing there fucking staring at me like you're going to do something. What the fuck are you going to do?
Excuse me, dude.
Yeah, what are you going to do it there?
Mate, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm.
You're going to hit me? You fucking bastard. You fucking knobhead's going to hit me, is he? The fucking little faggot.
I don't know the lore. I have no idea why he's making such a commotion, this huge fuss and blowing a gasket. He seemed like he was trying to tell one of the employees like he paid for it, so he wants to get on the plane right away. But I think the reason they're preventing him is probably because of this behavior here. I'm assuming leading up to the plane itself, he was probably doing something disruptive. So they're trying to, like, you know, calm him down, give him some warm milk, you know, to suckle or something. And it wasn't working, so he only continues to get more and more angry, and then he escalates it, getting in the face of one of the other employees, and then like hits him with his phone, which then aggroed another employee and prompted them to swing. So he throws out like a open-handed monk strike, like a palm strike to this guy. I can't really call it a slap because he came in over the top. Kind of looks like how Conquest swatted Oliver out of the sky in Invincible. Our rowdy tough guy then makes it clear he doesn't really want to tussle due to his lack of muscle here, so he's not really looking to try and like retaliate. He breathed a huge sigh of relief when they separated them and told the other guy who just hit him to leave. And then he's, you know, chirps on the way out. He tries to like throw insults at him on the way out, but he looked like a real bitch here. So it's just chaos. He's causing a huge hoopla. He's blowing a gasket, and it only continues to spiral more and more out of control.
He's going to hit me? Is that what he's going to do, hit me? For paying all that money to get on a flight, he's going to hit me? Is that what you're going to do to me? For getting on a flight, you're going to fucking hit me?
No, we're not.
Is that what you're going to do?
No one's hitting you. No one's hitting you.
Well, he's just fucking out! He's just fucking out!
I'm not hitting you, sir.
He's just out!
So now we followed the breadcrumbs to what led him to that explosion of the double foot stomp, iconic cinema moment. And I'm still really confused because he keeps saying, is that what you're going to do? You're going to hit me to get me on the flight? So it makes me wonder if he doesn't want to get on the flight and he's making a big stink about it. But if that was the case, he could just not get on the flight. He could just leave. I don't know, maybe he's like super intoxicated. Maybe he's on some drugs. That's very possible.
You can stop fucking staring at me as well, you little fucking knobhead. Keep fucking staring at me like that, you fucking little prick, mate. Who you keep fucking staring at, you little fucking knobhead? Who you saying touch to? Do you want me to fucking smack your fucking head? You fucking little knobhead.
Don't need to fight people.
Who's he fucking staring at, you little fucking prick? Think I'm some fucking muppet, you fucking little prick.
Pretty certain I heard him call the other guy a muppet. That's a classic line. This guy is legitimately the stereotype a lot of people make fun of. I can't believe that he just exists out here in the wild like this. Completely unashamed, unapologetic, just freaking out on everyone. And the question begs to be asked, where the fuck is the police? Like, where is security here? He goes on this rampage for what feels like a long time, and they've got no answers to him. The dog is off the leash. Now he's picking a fight with just other people in line. Probably gonna go take a lollipop out of a child's hand, throw it on the floor, and then slap him in the face. Like, this guy's just, he's a loose cannon, and there's no one here to put the kibosh on it, so he continues to just keep going and going. And I looked up to try and find if there's any information, like articles about this, and I haven't found anything yet. So I'm not exactly sure the whole scoop here or the aftermath, but I know he thought he was in the right. He thought he had like a perfectly reasonable and justifiable reaction to, I guess, maybe not being allowed on the plane right away. Or it doesn't even seem like he wasn't allowed on the plane. It sounds like maybe he just didn't like that he had to wait to get on the plane, because everyone else is also still waiting. So I'm imagining maybe there was just like a bit of a holdup, so he just was told like, hey, pump the brakes on that, hold your horses, we'll get you on this flight in a moment. And he's just like, what you say, you fucking knob? Like, immediately off rip. That's what it seems like to me. Though I could be wrong. Maybe someone came up behind him and got him with the 10,000 years of death and it really set him off. That's unlikely, but who knows? I guess I don't know the entire context behind this blow up.
Calm down.
Come on then, come on, I'll fucking smack your fucking head in, you little dickhead. Come on then. Come on then.
Nobody wants to fight.
Yeah, you little fucking knobhead, mate. Get your fucking
Nobody wants to fight.
Get your fucking hand down, you little fucking knobhead.
So you guys want to do
Shut the fuck up!
We now meet our Marvel superhero in the Pulp Fiction t-shirt. He comes forward with the finger of authority, and he's had enough of this horse hockey. He says, calm down. He tells him, stop it. Gets him with like a Jedi mind trick. You don't want to sell death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. But he's too mentally sound. His fortitude is too strong. It doesn't work, so then he just yells even louder, and then the video stops. And I haven't been able to find part 2. I don't think there is a part 2. I think it's because the lady that was filming kind of got like bumped and shoved when the guy went in there to like, I don't know, bump chests with whoever he thought was staring at him, gave him a look he wasn't too pleased with. So it seems like she stopped filming there, probably because she was worried it was about to escalate into like a really big fight, so she wanted to make sure she was like out of the splash zone. At least that's my guess. I haven't seen a follow-up to this. I haven't found any articles about it. I can only imagine that authorities finally showed up and got him out of there. I would think, I have to imagine police exist in this airport here, and this would be something that wouldn't be tolerated. I don't think he got onto the flight. I can't imagine they're like, okay, sir, you've made a very convincing argument. We're sorry for the headache we've caused. Hop aboard. Get in here. Let's have a good fucking flight. Let's have a good time. How about a free drink? First class. We're upping your ticket here. Like, I can't see that being the case. So, I guess in my own little fan fiction headcanon, he gets taken away in cuffs, thrown in the slammer for being an insufferable douchebag and fighting a bunch of people, or at least trying to fight people. He did assault 2 people, though, like on camera, clearly. Anyway, just want to talk about this very angry passenger. He was not having a fun time, nor was anyone around him. That's about it. See ya. I saw a very interesting video today that ties into a topic that I've discussed on streams passionately for years now. tipping. I know, all at once, a bunch of people just went from the relaxed position to the locked-in stance in their chairs because tipping is a hot-button topic. So what happened is some guys went to a restaurant, got some food, paid for it, and left, but the restaurant owner noticed they didn't leave a tip. So he starts following them around on the street like the adoring fan from Oblivion. He is literally just on their tail like it's a fucking trailing mission out of a video game. And he's like insulting them, even like threatening them, all about not leaving that tip.
Hey bro, what do you want, bro? What do you want? I paid for my food. I paid for my food. What are you talking? Why you following me down the fucking street? Nigga, you need to get the fuck back. You need to get back. Why are you following me? Why are you following me?
What do you think?
Why are you following me? What are you gonna do? Call 911. Call 911. If you need to settle something, you know who to call.
The guy filming is right. He didn't break any laws. He paid for his meal, and it's not a legal obligation to tip. So the owner on his ass here like a hemorrhoid, like it's, you know, the horror movie It Follows about him not tipping, is wrong here. Because, again, he didn't do anything wrong. So the guy filming is like, well, call the police then if you think there's been some, you know, foul play, you know, some dirty barnacles from us. You can call the police about it. Obviously, the owner's not going to do that because there's not actually a case there.
Bro, I'm not trying to fuck with you. You
Piece of shit.
Bro, I'm not
Fucking
trying to fuck
goddamn
with you.
fucking yell at me.
I'm not trying to fuck with you,
You
bro.
shut your goddamn
I'm not trying to
fucking
fuck
mouth,
with you.
man.
Why are you following me down the street?
You piece of shit, little piece
Bro,
of shit, man.
I paid
I'll
for my
smack
food.
the shit out of
Bro,
you,
I paid
punk
for my
ass,
food.
man.
I paid for my food, bro.
Piece of shit.
I paid for my food.
How the fuck do you think
Bro,
they make money?
I paid
piece
for my
of shit,
food.
man?
I
How
paid
my
for my
fucking
food.
staff supposed to make
Bro,
fucking
I
money,
paid-
huh?
So raise your price, bro.
Huh?
Now, I'm cutting around this a little bit because, as I said, this goes on for a long time. It feels like he follows them for miles. It felt like in Game of Thrones when they were marching for like a whole season. It felt like we got all of that throughout the course of this video. And it also was getting very heated. It started sounding like a Xbox Live lobby after a Call of Duty round ended. It was getting pretty big and a lot of yelling. But when the owner said that, how is my staff supposed to make money? Brother, it felt like I got teabagged. I was stunned. I was seeing stars. You are the owner. What do you mean, how is your staff supposed to make money? Pay them a livable wage. Like, it's not the most difficult to grasp concept. You don't need to be astronaut Katy Perry to understand this rocket science here. Tipping is a way for businesses to save money on their employee salaries by paying them sub-minimum wage. It's a way for business owners to financially treat the faces of their employees like a fucking fleshlight by paying them less than what they are supposed to, because tipping is supposed to make up for the difference, at least in the majority of states. There are some states that I'm aware of where restaurant workers can get tips, but they are still paid the normal minimum wage. But in most of the states in America, you get sub-minimum wage when you are working in a service industry position that has tipping as part of it. Tipping is just so ingrained in the culture of America right now, and it has just become pervasive in every industry. I'm sure a lot of you watching this have seen like self-checkout kiosks that now have tips that pop up occasionally. There is tipping in every single thing, and it's been a big talking point for a few years because now you are getting asked to tip on purely automated services. Like, who the fuck are you even tipping? Skynet? Like, it doesn't make sense. It is just outrageous. But when it comes to restaurants, the workers rely on tips because they're not getting paid a livable wage in the majority of states, and thus the onus is on the customer now to try and make up that difference so that restaurant worker can fucking survive. And it sucks. That shit is awful. Now in my case, I do maximum tip on everything in the service industry because I'm in a position to do so. And I know that they need that money, so I like to try and help out best I can. And Lord help us, I'm ashamed to admit it, I've even tipped at a self-serve froyo place once, where literally didn't interact with a single employee or anything, just made my own froyo, and I still tipped at the goddamn checkout. But point is, not everyone can do that, and not everyone should be required or expected to do that. It should always be the responsibility of the business to ensure the employees are making a livable wage, and tips should be something that is entirely optional as a way of rewarding exceptional service. And I know people have talked about that a lot, where they want to give extra to someone that really went above and beyond from them and they had a great experience with, so they want to tip that person to show their appreciation. That's great, but they should also just be making a livable wage, and that tip should go on top. I think that's how it should work in an ideal situation there.
Why you follow me down the street?
Chill the fuck out, bro. Why you
Bro,
following
chill out.
us, bro?
Fucking make
Chill
money,
out,
huh?
chill out.
Why'd you following this man?
Chill out, bro. You need to calm down, bro.
You
Why
fucking
you
raise your
following me down
goddamn
the
voice
street,
at me, huh?
Bro, you
Huh?
need to get back.
You
You trying to
wanna
back
fucking
me into a
apologize?
corner. You trying to back me into a
Huh?
corner, bro.
What is wrong with you, bro?
What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? And now you mad because I won't tip you and you follow me down
How
the
am I
street?
supposed to fucking make money?
Okay, so raise your prices,
They don't
dude. That's
get
not
money
my
like
problem.
that, you fucking
I know
shit.
you
Niggas
mad.
don't
I
work
know.
like
So
that.
don't serve me.
It's crazy to be doing this while wearing his restaurant on his chest. So what happened after this video blew up is a lot of people went to the restaurant and left a lot of really bad reviews on it, which I think they've been deleted now. I don't know if it's by him or if there's like a system in place for it. Couldn't tell you. But it was a really bad look for his restaurant here. He also just recently did an interview with CBS. I'll show you that in a moment. But I want to dive into the spaghetti and meatballs of something that the guy filming mentioned briefly. Raise your prices then. He's right. If the business owner can't afford to pay his employees a livable wage, he would naturally need to raise prices so he'd have more money to be able to pay his employees. But on the flip side of that coin, by raising his prices, he would have less customers because they would choose a place that is cheaper. Now, there's actually a little experiment conducted by someone named Michael Lynn, and it's been referenced by a lot of people when they talk about tipping culture, where he put two hypothetical restaurants against each other. Restaurant 1 had prices of like $15 for a cheeseburger, but a 15 to 20% gratuity to be expected at the end, versus Restaurant 2, where there is no tipping at all, but the cheeseburger is $17.25. Now, if you've got your thinking caps on, if you've passed, second grade arithmetic, you'll know these are the same price. But, overwhelmingly, the people in this study thought that Restaurant 1 was cheaper. Thus, people are going to gravitate towards that. Even though they're the same price after tip, people are going to choose the one that looks lower and cheaper to them. You have to remember, a lot of people are just fucking stupid. Does anyone recall when the third of a pound burger was introduced a long time ago? I've talked about this too. Back in the day, the quarter pounder crushing it. And A&W wanted to start trying to, encroach on that territory, so they introduced a third of a pound burger. But it flopped. It completely failed. This shit fumbled like Concorde. It was a culinary Concorde level disaster for them because people thought they were paying the same price for less burger. They didn't realize that a third of a pound is more than a quarter pound. So in the case of a restaurant that wants to pay their workers a livable wage and take tipping out of the equation and instead put that price into the menu itself, which is what a lot of people say they should do, well, their restaurant might not survive very long because people don't actually think very hard about things. So even in this hypothetical example, you're paying the same price, but the perception is it's cheaper to go with the place that just has tipping as an option. Now that brings us to the unicorn that people are looking so desperately to have, where all of the tipping is gone, eradicated, but all of the prices have stayed exactly the same. That's just not a realistic possibility for like 99% of these restaurants. Like, when they take away the tipping, they are then going to need to pay a lot more for those employees. Thus, they're going to need to somehow get more money. It's going to be by folding that difference into the menu items. Thus, it's going to look like you're paying more, even in cases where you might not be. So, it's very tough for a lot of these restaurants to just immediately jump on board with that, which is why we're in this fucking stalemate where tipping culture is just completely out of control, and why so many service industry workers are getting fucked because of just how rampant this issue is, and more people are choosing not to tip because they want to fight back against this. And in a lot of cases, they don't realize that they're not actually fighting back against tipping culture itself. They're just hurting the employees that are relying on it. And I think a lot of it doesn't, I don't think it comes down to malice. I don't think they're doing that to just be like, fuck you to the service industry workers. I really think that they believe by not tipping, the restaurant is going to change its policy. But it's probably not, unfortunately. Most of these fucking restaurants will sooner pay their workers in knuckle sandwiches than they will in raising their salary. And there's a lot more nuance to it. Like, I'm just giving you like bare bones, surface level shit here. Like, I haven't even begun to talk about the establishments that pay out a portion of their tips across all of the employees. Like, it gets so messy, and there are so many underhanded tactics to exploit these workers. It's a fucking issue. Anyway, though, back to the video that started this whole rant. I want to show you from the owner's perspective on the CBS interview.
Telling us he followed a regular into the street, intending to tell him never to come back after leaving without tipping again.
Have you watched the video?
Yes.
And when you watched it, what did you see there?
Ashamed. I was just ashamed, bringing shame to my wife as a husband, as an owner, at the same time, to my mom and dad.
So according to the owner here, this was a customer that's a regular at the establishment, and he had finally had enough, so after he didn't tip again, he followed him outside, intending to just say, don't come back, kind of like shake his fist at him, and stay out, and that kind of thing. But it obviously spiraled more out of control than that and blew up in a much bigger way, which ignited a huge debate online about tipping, because tipping is a very controversial topic. People feel very strongly, especially people that have been in the industry before. And while there definitely are cases where people don't tip just to be an asshole, I really do think there is a lot of confusion around how tipping even works, that people think by not doing it, they're going to help be like a catalyst for change at that business, where they'll realize that the tips aren't coming in, so it's losing the business money, thus they're going to change their policy to actually pay their workers a livable wage, and then they won't be, forced to rely on strangers to cover their expenses. But that's, again, just not going to happen in the majority of cases, because it doesn't hurt the actual business owner. What's supposed to happen is if they don't reach minimum wage, if they don't get enough tips to reach that, the business is supposed to cover it. That rarely happens. There are so many workarounds that these businesses pull, so many backdoor hand job reacharoos that they are able to squeak out of not actually covering that. So it doesn't ever hurt the business itself. It only hurts the worker. And I really think there's a large number of people that don't understand that. But even understanding that, there are people that just can't afford to pay an extra 20% on top of what they've already just paid. And I see a lot of people regurgitating this take that's becoming very common. If you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to eat out. Okay, fair enough in something like Uber Eats or fine dining or something. Okay, you can make that argument, I suppose. But it doesn't work for everything, because there is no cheap ways of eating anymore, really. Even something like fast food is not that cheap. A McDonald's meal, it's not $1 anymore, sports fans. It's a handful of clams. And grocery shopping is pretty fucking pricey too. It's expensive. It is hard to pay an extra 15 to 20% consistently on top of things that you're already paying for when you're eating. I just don't fully agree with that take.
Bro, you about to blow up on social media, bro.
When asked why he didn't tip, the customer told people online, "Oh, I just didn't want to." Cho tells us the customer's brother has since come in, describing their conversation as productive.
I apologized to him and to his family, and I was asking if he can pass this message along to his little brother.
Adding he sent the brother home with the customer's favorite order, a handwritten apology and an offer.
My door's open for you, man. Come on by anytime.
Now, while I do think that response of, "Oh, I just didn't want to," is pretty douchey, again, he doesn't have to. And I really do think it shouldn't be expected that every single person does tip, because that's just the reality of it. It is 100% an issue that needs to be addressed on the actual business front. And it's why there's so many people that study tipping itself and are trying to brainstorm how to improve it and get rid of it to certain extents, because it is a terrible fucking system that nobody else in the world really uses, and in a lot of other cultures is actually viewed as insulting. So it is something that does need changing 100%. Now, in the case of this business owner here, he really seems remorseful. He really does seem like he's trying to make amends. It does seem like maybe he was just having a really fucking bad day, and not getting that tip meant that one of his workers wasn't going to receive the full pay they should have, so he snapped and did this, and he seems embarrassed by it. So I'm of the belief that he does regret it, and that this is going to be an experience that he won't be repeating or anything like that. But that statement he made during the argument, "How is my staff supposed to make a living without tips?" Paraphrasing a bit, but that was the essence. It speaks volumes to just how poisonous tipping has become, where the business owner himself cannot even grapple with the idea of paying his employees a livable wage because it's such an accepted and expected business practice of paying them sub-minimum wage, literal tiddlywinks of dollars, because it's the customer's responsibility to take care of the rest. That's just crazy to me. It blows my mind. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So yeah. It's shameful to admit this, but it's the unfortunate truth that just by looking at me, you probably couldn't guess that I have been active in the gym for about a decade now. In fact, my college degree is in human science with a concentration in exercise physiology. But I'm on a 5'6" frame and I keep myself lean so no one even knows that I'm ripped until I do like a flex and it ends up being a jump scare. I keep hyping myself up in the mirror and telling myself that today's the day I finally start wearing tighter clothing so people stop asking if I even go to the gym because it hurts my soul every time. Or maybe I just need to be shirtless more often so that way it's pretty obvious. But regardless, the reason I'm even mentioning this is because I've noticed over the last maybe 6 months, not even that long, but like the last 6 to 8 months, the gym has gone from being a place of like working on yourself, gains, focusing on improving your overall health, to a place where people go to compete for viral TikTok videos of them being a victim. Usually the content revolves around them filming themselves working out and then catching somebody looking at them and being a creep and a weirdo staring at them. Staring's a word I'm using very loosely here. And then sometimes, God forbid, that person comes over and asks them a question in between their sets. Normal human interaction has become fucking outlawed in the world of TikTok for some people. Now, I'm not saying this isn't a real thing. I'm not saying everyone that goes to the gym is an angel that can do no wrong. There definitely are creepy people that go there. I've certainly seen my fair share of weirdos in my days. In fact, one that always lives in my head rent-free is 2 years ago. A security guard at a private gym kept going over and sniffing a woman's ass as she was doing rows. I can't show the video, I don't think, because it might be against YouTube's new terms, but here's just a quick screenshot of his 4th ass sniffing attempt where he's just like huffing her fumes. He eventually does get caught and fired for it. The point is, there are weird people at the gym, but what's going on right now is everyone is filming themselves at the gym, which I already think is kind of weird. There's also like this fucking perpetual surveillance here with people making fucking TikToks everywhere. But while filming, they're not catching weird people doing weird things or harassing them. They're catching very normal gym goers doing normal things and then publicly shaming them and embarrassing them for doing nothing wrong. Now I'm going to show you the biggest one that I really think started really blowing this trend up and led to me finding out how large this has become and how big of a problem it's become.
This is how to not approach girls at the gym.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate when there's weirdos. It makes me so uncomfortable. Feral, like fucking feral.
You can immediately see a problem here. She's making a stare counter every time the guy even glances in her general direction. What do you expect people to do at the gym? Just turn around and stare at a wall when they're done with their set like it's the fucking Blair Witch? Like, what are you expecting? The guy is in between his sets, so he's just looking around. He's not even staring at her. Now, if he was staring at her, then I could see being a little uncomfortable if he's just over there, like, fucking staring a hole through with, like, goddamn, like, laser beams almost firing out. Like, I'd get that being weird. But this guy is just, like, glancing near her, and he's still getting just attacked for it by her.
Swatch. The 5 adds £5. And these other weights.
Somehow the stare counter's at 5. I guess she's counting every time he's in between blinks now. And then she starts getting fearful because he's walking near her and wondering, questioning, why would he be doing that? Kind of like it's a scene out of a horror movie, like the boogeyman's, you jingling keys trying to get in the door or something. But she immediately answers why he's walking over. It's because he's grabbing a sanitary wipe, showing good gym etiquette to go wipe down the machine he was just using.
Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though.
Unfortunately, this guy made a big blunder here. He committed a cardinal sin. He tried to be helpful. So he offered to try and, help out here because it looked like she was struggling, which she even mentioned she was hesitant to put the weight on, so he probably interpreted that as like, oh, okay, maybe I could be helpful here. Just being a genuinely nice person, I believe. And she even responds positively to it and then turns around and says this kind of shit. What if I just ripped his pee-pee out of its socket so he could never reproduce again? Totally normal, not alarming thing to say. This is why I don't want kids. Natural selection better take the weirdos out. He's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old. Where have we all gone wrong? What's happened to the world where that is a statement said earnestly? He's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old. There's more to unpack there than a fucking 2-week vacation suitcase. I could unpack this shit for hours. He wasn't staring. There's no such thing as an underage 21-year-old. 21 years old? You're not a kid at all. You can legally butt-chug Budweiser now. Unless this is some kind of weird self-owned kind of thing where she has the mentality of a child, thus this guy should go to jail for what she perceives as staring at her. I don't know. Like, I can't even, remotely figure out what she was even trying to say with that last statement. But anyway, I'm not going to keep going too deep on this one because everyone has already dunked on it. She's issued an apology about everything. But I want to give a quick shout out to Joey Swole. He's a very prominent figure in the community and he's been doing a lot of good work calling out these kind of videos. Now here's another stinky video here. So this guy gets called out because he walks across the track she's about to do lunges on and looks at her on the way by. Then she says that she catches him still staring. There's no way, I'm so uncomfortable right now. And then the caption even says, in quotes, "It's because of your outfit." I don't know if she's accusing him of saying that, like he shouts it at her across the room. "Excuse me, m'lady. I looked at you because of your outfit. You drew my eyes to you. It's your fault." Or if she's just saying that as like a way of calling out behavior. I'm really not sure. But Joey Swole, when he talked about this video, pointed out something that I think everyone who's ever been to the gym will recognize. That not only is the guy not staring, again, the reason why he'd look at her while walking by is because he's going by her path on the track. So perhaps he was looking at her to make sure he wasn't getting in her way since she was about to start lunges. I feel like that's the most obvious explanation here, but regardless, he doesn't do anything creepy or weird. He looks at her while he's walking by, and once he's through, he continues going forward. Like, I don't understand where this is coming from. To me, it feels like this lady has recorded every single one of her gym sessions for the last week or so after noticing that this kind of content was blowing up, praying that someone would be weird and creepy to her, but she didn't get that. So she just decided to go with the one that's almost somewhat different, where a guy looks at her when he walks by, and chose that one for some clicks. Because nothing bad happens here. There's not a weirdo here. And according to Joey Swole, a lot of members of the gym, both men and women, said that this man is very kind and is actually loved at the gym. He's a regular here. So it is pretty fucked up and shitty for her to make this video trying to shame him for doing nothing wrong.
This guy.
Just filming my progress here. What? Just filming my progress. Oh. I understand. Just.
This isn't a trend that only women are doing, men are doing the same thing. This fucking douchebag is filming in the locker room, flexing to show his progress. The guy in the back that he's calling a schmuck is 100% right. You cannot be filming in the fucking locker room. Like, what do you think this is, Brazzers? Like, what the fuck are you even thinking? What's going through your smooth brain? Everyone just loves to think that they're the main character and everyone that interferes in their story and does more than just be a prop for their TikTok videos is the villain, when that's just not the reality. You are the bad guy here, not the guy you're calling out. If you want to take progress photos and videos, which I totally understand, just wait till you get home, or at the absolute least, wait until you're the only person in that locker room. Because right now you have two people behind you changing. They could have just gone whole hog, let their cock and balls flop out, and if you film them in a private setting without their consent, their nudity, you would be fucked legally.
Watch this guy try move to me at the gym. Checks absolutely nothing on his phone. Looks over at me being busy sorting my wrist straps. These fucking straps taking up too much time.
I don't know what constitutes a stare anymore. Like, this guy, again, just glances in her direction, briefly looks at his phone and puts it away, and apparently that's getting called out for being weird, saying he checks nothing on his phone. He could have just been checking the time. He could have been checking literally anything that's quick to get at a glance, like, what time is it? Or if he had a timer set up for, like, how much rest he has between sets, how much time do I have left on my rest? Like, there's so many things he could have been checking on his phone, but it doesn't matter. Like, he didn't do anything weird or wrong right now. All he did was walk by, and he looked over near you.
Makes a swift return. Sad lip.
And there it is. The second he decided to ask a question, his fate was sealed. He was getting shamed on TikTok for it. So, he comes over and asks if she's using the machine behind her. As Joey Swole also points out, and as anyone that ever goes to the gym will also point out, people like to check to make sure the machines are vacant. They don't want to step on any toes and take a machine that's already being occupied, so maybe her things were near the machine and he wanted to double check to make sure she wasn't using it in addition to doing the RDLs. Like, that is just being polite. That is normal gym etiquette. But let's assume this guy is new to the gym. She seems to think he is and is insulting him for it, making fun of him for not knowing the name of the machine. So, don't you think someone that's a little new to the gym would like to be super certain that he's not getting in anyone's way? So he would like to ask someone that's near the machine to make sure that he has full reign to use it without intruding on their workout. He did nothing wrong, but it didn't matter. He made a slight glance near her, a split second of his eyes looking around before checking his phone, and that small, insignificant thing was enough to put a crosshair on him and for her to attack. I think she's the weirdo. You're the gym weirdo, filming everyone around you, looking for people to call out. That shit is creepy. Not this guy who just innocently asks if you are using the machine behind you. Totally normal question, totally normal interaction, and this behavior is getting so fucking out of control. People are turning gyms into war zones where they're looking at every single micro angle of your eyes and counting it as a stare if you happen to catch them somewhere in your general vision vicinity. It's fucking despicable. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this a little bit, and that's about it. So yeah. I love it when a bad idea comes together, but I love it even more when a bad idea leads to an entire business to laugh at. Something like pink sauce, for example. An actual rancid, toxic sludge that was being shipped to willing customers to ingest and get sick from. You would have actually been safer ordering an acid bomb in the mail than getting the pink sauce delivered. That's like a biological weapon that probably should have been outlawed. But it's a good example for a bad idea leading to an entire business. And another great example is NFTs. I just love these awful ideas that somehow form like an entire business model around them, and it's just fun to joke about. Today, I've got a really fun and wacky one for all of you. It's called grit boxing, and it recently went viral for its most recent marketing push. I believe it was a TikTok video that was floating around, kind of hyping up the program.
If you're single and looking for someone who's into fitness but who also gets down on the weekends, I found your people. Grit Boxing is a full-body strength, treadmill, and boxing class in a nightclub setting.
More like shitness, am I right? Because this is like the most counterintuitive idea imaginable. Having a whole workout program in class that immediately leads into drinking alcohol at the full-service liquor bar that's attached to it with the nightclub. What the fuck is the point in even working out in that case? I just can't even wrap my little smooth brain around the thought process here. Just wiping sweat from your forehead? Oh boy, oh brother, wow, gee willikers. What a killer workout, I'm torqued, what a fucking pump. Well, time to go ruin it. I'll take 5 shots, give me some lemon drops. It doesn't compute. The second you start drinking alcohol after a workout, your goose is cooked. Kiss those gains goodbye. I also couldn't imagine something I'd want less after a big workout than alcohol. That sounds like that just put me in the grave. Like, that just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Like a lawsuit waiting to happen for grit boxing. But I'm also imagining the workouts aren't that extreme. It's probably mainly just a social experience for like the drinking and nightclub side of things. But even still, can you imagine the stench of that nightclub? My God, that Methodist, the odorous aroma that would just ruin everything. That has to smell like shit in there. It probably smells worse than a Super Smash Brothers tournament. I can't imagine that's pleasant. Why would you want to go from sweating and working out to immediately into the nightclub and drinking? Just sounds terrible.
The best part is that at the end of the class, there's a party at the front of the studio with an open bar. So everybody is super sweaty, but they're taking shots.
The lady narrating this video sounds like the announcer from the old Snuggie As Seen on TV commercials. I don't know if it's even a real person. This could be text-to-speech. I'm not really sure. But whoever's doing it sounds exactly like the old Snuggie commercials. Now, I don't doubt that there's good fun to be had at the nightclub, but I just still don't understand this marrying of fitness right into drinking and partying. It just feels like, why even bother with the fitness? Just take that space and make a bigger nightclub out of it, because I promise you, no one's going to grit boxing for the sole purpose of getting big or healthy. If they were, they'd go to any other gym. They're going there for the socialization mainly, so why even bother with the fitness side? Just commit to being like a fun party spot. It's just kind of a weird gimmick, especially since they're pretty open with where their focus is, because they're really diving in on if you're single, you're trying to pipe, you want to mash pissers, but you also want to get big. Well, come on down to Grip Boxing. We got a nightclub and then, I don't know, like 2 punching bags or something over there and a treadmill. But about that nightclub, have you seen the bartender?
And flirting. Even the bartender took off his shirt. He's super hot and was feeding people champagne. This is the most fun workout in New York by far.
That bartender goes so hard he ripped his goddamn shirt off like Hulk Hogan, started twirling it over his head and pouring champagne shots for everyone for free. It's very clear that a workout is not the primary objective when going here. So why are we pretending? Like, this is just some weird disjointed Frankenstein's monster of an idea where they took two things that legitimately couldn't be more opposite and slammed them together. This is like if I opened a sperm bank, but also kicked you in the nuts every time you went to try and, like, ejaculate. That's a terrible example. But you get my point. When you work out, you need to replenish the body with nutrients and many other important things, none of which you're gonna find in alcoholic beverages. I decided to do a little digging because this really blew me away. It piqued my interest. So I watched a couple of news segments about it talking about like, wow, this is really modern and cool. I learned that every class is about 50 minutes of high intensity exercising that finishes with some shots at the end. Now they do have like options that aren't alcoholic, of course. They also have like healthy drinks as well as electrolyte boosters and shit, but they clearly put a lot of emphasis on the more hard beverages. That's kind of the selling point, which again is very silly. But anyway, I just wanted to show this a little bit here. I guess if you're single, wanting a workout and also wanting drinks immediately after in the hopes of finding love on the dance floor when you're throwing your ass in a circle while you're dripping with sweat and musty, this is the spot for you. That's about it. So yeah.